Today we're going to be talking about vacuum sealing for the prepper. Coming right up. Vacuum sealing doesn't have to be just for food preps. There's plenty of things you can vacuum seal. First, let me go over a few things that I've got with my vacuum sealer. Of course, I got the vacuum sealer here. Oops. Food Saver is the name of it. Then I've got the regular size jar sealer, the wide mouth jar sealer. Of course, you get a hose to go with those to hook them into the sealer, and something that doesn't come with it and it doesn't cost really any money, a straw. I'll go over that in a little while. Let me go ahead and take these off the table because everybody knows what the vacuum sealer looks like. So let me go ahead and take these off the table and I'll get right back to you. Vacuum sealing more than just food. But first, let me go over a couple of things that I do for food, because as a prepper, we should eat what we prep. In other words, what I mean is the food that you store, you should store things that you would normally eat. I buy a lot of things in the large cans like this, and then what I do, since I do eat it, but I can't eat that whole can before it's going to go bad, I don't think. So what I do is I put them up in mason jars using the vacuum sealer, and then I label it what it is and the instructions on the back. Anyway, there you go with those. Now, I mentioned the straw with the vacuum sealer. I also put up things in Mylar bags. Well, if you have a food sealer or a vacuum sealer, you know that they don't work too good on Mylar bags. Now these ones have the zipper on them. What I do is I zip that down almost all the way to where I can put that straw down through there. Then I hook that up to the vacuum sealer, hit the sealer. I'll demonstrate this one day in another video. Anyway, and then as it pulls the vacuum out, I'll quickly pull out that straw and finish sealing it with the zipper sealer on it, and then I'll go ahead and stick this into the machine and seal it the rest of the way. Now, before I get going any further, please go down below in the comments. Let me know if there's something that you seal that I haven't thought of, or maybe things that most people haven't thought of. Let me know what you seal up, if you use a vacuum sealer, and what brand you have, because I like the one I got, but I'd like to know what kind you have. Okay, now let me get to a few of the things. Macaroni is a good one to seal up. And then I'll take like 4 of these top ramen, put those in a bag, along with an oxygen absorber, and seal. Now I sealed these ones up last year, I believe. And what I do is I take a thumbtack and I poke little holes inside the top ramens themselves. That way it'll vacuum the air out of the individual packages. Okay, now to some things that aren't food. At any time during the video, you can go ahead and pause it, go down, click on the subscribe button, and then click that little bell. That way you'll be notified next time I upload a video. In this bag, what I got is I have 2 of the emergency space blankets. I got what is this one? This is the Fast Fire starter. And then I have one of the little tea candles. Just a few things that if I need to throw something to somebody that had to be heading out the door in an emergency, and I wanted to set them off with something that might help keep them warm and they could start a fire with, there you go. Socks. I keep these in my bug out bag because one thing I don't think I would be able to handle is having wet feet all the time. So a good dry pair of socks, and it doesn't weigh hardly anything, and it doesn't really take up much space, so that's a good one to have. Then for bartering, I always keep in mind bartering, because if something major was to happen, we all need something that we can barter with. So I've got plenty of these little packages. What I do is I buy, I'll tell you what it is in a second. I buy those large bags of tobacco. I'm a smoker. And what I do is I put a little bit inside these little bags and vacuum seal them. Because in an emergency, tobacco, ammunition, alcohol, and food. Those are going to be your major bartering items. Something to think about. Tobacco. And then of course to go with that, some matches or lighters. Now here's something I came up with. I've never seen anybody else do this. What I got in this one is I've got about a dozen firecrackers. Now I don't know what state or country you live in. I happen to live in Oklahoma, and you can get firecrackers at the fireworks stands. I've got about a dozen firecrackers in here, a couple of smoke bombs, and a couple of these flashers. And I don't know if you've seen these flashers or not, but at nighttime you would be able to see those from a long ways away. They're very bright. The smoke bombs you'd be able to see in the daytime fairly good. I got a box of matches in here, and the firecrackers, you can light those day or night and they would attract attention. Something else you might think about. Then this right here, documents. Especially if you live in a flood prone area, you don't want your documents getting wet. So I've got them all in this manila envelope, and then I put them inside a vacuum seal bag, and vacuum sealed them up, and they should be protected pretty good from just about anything, flood, tornado, hurricane, as long as it doesn't get blown away too far. They'll be protected from moisture and hopefully insects or anything like that. Well, that's probably about it for the vacuum sealing. Please tell me down below what you use your vacuum sealer for and the types of things that you vacuum seal. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We'll put a smiley face somewhere down here, and a link to one of our other videos up in the corner here. Till next time, have a good evening.